January 2025 brought us an incredible moment in American fashion history: Melania Trump's triumphant return as First Lady of the United States. All eyes are on her, and she's wearing a precisely tailored navy ensemble. But what catches everyone's attention is that wide-brimmed hat, casting a mysterious shadow over her face. This wasn't just another inauguration outfit. This was Melania Trump doing what she does best: turning political events into fashion moments. And if you know anything about her approach to style, you know that nothing, absolutely nothing, is ever just clothes. Let's rewind for a moment. Back in the early 2000s, if you spotted Melania Trump, you'd likely find her in the front row of New York Fashion Week, wearing something that screamed luxury. Back then, she was known as Donald Trump's wife, a former model with an eye for designer labels. Fast forward to today, and we're looking at someone who's mastered the art of diplomatic dressing, someone who's turned fashion into a silent but powerful language. But throughout all these years, through all these transformations, Melania Trump has maintained an unwavering commitment to certain style principles. Today, we're going to decode these rules, understand the method behind what might look like just another expensive wardrobe. Rule number 1: the power of silence in color. Think about the most memorable Melania Trump outfits. What colors come to mind? Black, white, navy. These aren't random choices. When Melania chooses her colors, she's following what fashion insiders call the power-neutral palette. It's a strategy that served her well from her days as a New York socialite to her role as First Lady. This is clearly evident in her navy outfit from the 2025 inauguration. Melania Trump wore a custom double-breasted navy coat paired with a matching skirt and an ivory blouse, all designed by American designer Adam Lippes. She completed the ensemble with a wide-brimmed hat by Eric Javits. That wasn't just about looking appropriate. Navy blue is the color of authority, of quiet confidence. It's what you wear when you want to be taken seriously without demanding attention. See, soft colors have been a constant in her wardrobe since day one. When she wore that baby blue Ralph Lauren ensemble at the 2017 inauguration, it wasn't just a nod to Jackie Kennedy. It was about projecting a welcoming vibe, showing she was ready to step into the traditional role of First Lady. The choice of such a gentle, approachable color marked her first major statement as incoming First Lady. Now, 8 years later, that striking navy ensemble at the 2025 inauguration tells a completely different story. Gone is the hesitant softness of baby blue. In its place stands the bold confidence of deep navy, the color of someone who knows exactly who she is and what she brings to the role. It's the same woman, but a totally different statement. But that's not all. White also has become one of her most powerful style weapons, a color she returns to again and again for major moments. White isn't just another neutral in her wardrobe, it's her way of commanding attention without saying a word. Fashion consultants have noted that her love for white speaks to her preference for clean, crisp elegance. Whether it's a sharp white suit or an elegant evening gown, she uses white to create moments of pure sophistication. Combined with her signature minimalist approach, these white ensembles have become instantly recognizable as pure Melania: powerful, polished, and impossible to ignore. Rule number 2: the architecture of style. If you look at Melania's wardrobe over the years, one thing becomes clear. She treats clothes like architecture. Every outfit is built on strong lines and precise tailoring. This is about creating presence. Take her signature coat dress style. It's become her go-to for official appearances, and for good reason. A coat dress is essentially a power suit in dress form, structured, formal, and commanding. And this architectural approach goes back to her modeling days. She learned early on that clothes need to have substance, need to hold their shape. You'll rarely see her in flowing, unstructured pieces. Even when she's wearing something softer, like the evening gown she chose for her first state dinner as First Lady, there's always an underlying structure. Think about the Michael Kors skirt suit she wore to her husband's first address to Congress. The sharp shoulders, the defined waist, the precise hem length. Every element was calculated to project authority while maintaining femininity. Rule number 3, the luxury of minimalism. Here's something that might surprise you. Despite having access to the most ornate designer pieces, Melania often chooses the simplest option. But don't mistake simple for basic. Her version of minimalism comes with a hefty price tag and impeccable craftsmanship. It's what fashion consultant Philip Bloch calls luxurious minimalism. Look at her wardrobe during state visits. While other political spouses might opt for obvious diplomatic nods through traditional patterns or motifs, Melania typically chooses clean lines in solid colors from the world's most prestigious fashion houses: Ralph Lauren, Dolce & Gabbana, Burberry, Valentino, and Dior. And speaking of that, take a look at the Dior dress she wore during the French state visit. No frills, no obvious French references, just pure, expensive simplicity. The message? You don't need embellishments when the cut and fabric speak for themselves. This approach to minimal luxury extends to her accessories too. You'll rarely see her wearing obvious logos or flashy jewelry. Instead, she opts for architectural pieces that complement rather than compete with her outfits. And have you noticed? She almost never carries a handbag during official appearances. It's a small detail that adds to the overall effect of uncluttered elegance. Of course, it's not like she really needs to carry a bag anyway. Rule number 4, the strategic use of statements. While Melania's style generally leans toward understated elegance, she knows exactly when to make a statement. But when she does make a fashion statement, it's always calculated, never random. Sometimes they're subtle diplomatic gestures, like her final departure from the White House in January 2021. For this significant moment, she chose an all-black ensemble that spoke volumes: a form-fitting Dolce & Gabbana dress paired with a cropped Chanel jacket, elegant gloves, Christian Louboutin pumps, and dark sunglasses. The outfit seemed to echo Jackie Kennedy's iconic style, just as her first outfit as First Lady did, but this time, the darker palette captured the more somber tone of the day. Each piece was carefully chosen, each element carrying its own weight and meaning. One thing is certain: she's not trying to be relatable through her clothes, she's using them to maintain a certain mystique. Rule number 5, the evolution of hemlines. One of the most interesting aspects of Melania's style evolution is how she's adapted her hemlines to her changing roles. In her early days as a model and socialite, she was known for mini dresses and high slits. But as she stepped into more public roles, her hemlines gradually lengthened. She simply understands how clothes can shape public perception. Today, her preferred length hits just below the knee, long enough to be appropriate for any official function, but still modern enough to maintain her fashion credentials. When she does show more leg, it's usually through strategic slits, rather than overall short lengths. It's a subtle way of maintaining her personal style, while adhering to the unwritten rules of political dressing. This evolution shows something important about Melania's approach to fashion. She understands that style isn't static. It needs to adapt to changing roles and expectations while still maintaining its core identity. Her hemline journey is perhaps the clearest example of how she's managed to evolve without losing herself in the process. Rule number 6, the power of the perfect pump. If there's one area where Melania hasn't compromised, it's her shoes. Her commitment to sky-high stilettos has become almost legendary. Even when visiting disaster zones or walking on difficult terrain, she maintains her preference for pointed toe pumps with razor-thin heels. It's become such a signature that people notice on the rare occasions when she opts for flats. But look closely at her shoe choices, and you'll see another pattern. While the heel height remains consistent, she often uses shoes to add interest to simple outfits. Animal prints, bold colors, unexpected textures. Her shoes are often where she allows herself to play with fashion. It's a clever strategy. Keep the outfit clean and classic. Let the shoes do the talking. In a world where first ladies often opt for practical footwear, Melania's steadfast commitment to stilettos is about maintaining her identity regardless of the occasion. Rule number 7. Solids over statements. When it comes to patterns and prints, Melania Trump has a clear philosophy. Less is more. While other public figures might embrace bold patterns or eye-catching prints, she consistently chooses solid colors for her most significant appearances. Even at formal events, like during the Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia, she opts for powerful solid colors rather than busy patterns. Playing it safe? No. It's about maintaining that sense of elegance and control that defines her style. This preference for solid colors over prints aligns perfectly with her minimalist approach to luxury. By avoiding patterns, she lets the exceptional tailoring and quality of her garments take center stage. It's a strategy that served her well throughout her first term as First Lady. Solid colors photograph better, age more gracefully in the public memory, and keep the focus exactly where she wants it, on the overall impression rather than the details. And in this second term, we'll probably see more of this quiet luxury, even though we know it's truly luxurious. That's it. Melania Trump's 7 style rules show us exactly how she's crafted her unique image through fashion. It is not about the price tag, but choosing a precise formula of solid colors, perfect tailoring, and minimalist luxury. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. See you in the next video.